It's a beautiful day in LA. The sun's shining, the birds are chirping, and the coffee's brewing. 21-year-old actress Rebecca Schaeffer is awaiting the delivery of a very important script. It's a Hollywood dream come true. She hears the buzzer, but little does she know that on the other side of the door is a nightmare. That's today on Death in Entertainment.
Live from Los Angeles.
911, what is your emergency?
Here in Hollywood now.
2 counts of murder,
Injury and death.
Oh my God!
Shocking new details
that has stunned the entertainment world.
This makes me a little nervous.
The hair stood up on my arms.
Just like in the movies.
What do you call this thing anyway?
Death
In Entertainment.
What's up, deados?
Oh, yeah. What's going on, man?
Diehards?
Dieheads?
Dieheads?
Deado's reference
Yeah, new Deados.
from R.I.P.D.
Yeah, Deados.
R.I.P. that movie. What's up, everybody? My name is Kyle Plouffe.
My name is Mark Mulcairn.
And I'm Alejandro Dowling.
And we are running to episode 41 right here.
You're talking to right now some TikTok stars, by the way.
Yeah.
Just let people know who they're dealing with right now.
We're very
everybody.
proud to announce our new TikTok.
Yes.
And
that
the people have spoken.
did pretty well.
Yeah, it's doing pretty well.
Until they slapped a warning on it.
Yeah, a content warning because El Duce said, blow his fucking head off.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. We got to tell that whatever Chinese company is running,
We're taking a trip to
whatever
China.
Chinese intel are running TikTok, we got to talk to them.
Young people should see that clip of him saying that. They need to know what's out there.
It's real life.
Yeah, we show up to China and they're like, what, you have a problem with us taking over Taiwan? And we're like, no.
No.
Listen, we only have 38,000 views on one that you restricted, okay?
Yeah, this is the important stuff here. We want to talk. We don't care about Taiwan. Take it.
But give us back our freedom.
Nuke it. We want to start a hype house over here, okay? The Death and Entertainment hype
Hype
house.
house,
We
holy
don't
fuck.
give a fuck about Hong Kong or any of that shit.
You hear us, China?
You hear us?
Okay, I'm reloaded.
We may not survive this podcast.
Yeah.
We joined the U.S. military to fight China, not because of the sovereignty of Taiwan or South Korea, but because of our TikTok is fucked.
Yeah, because one video on our TikTok
Let's
got
get that
age
straightened
restricted.
out, okay?
But
I'm
guess
getting
what?
parachuted in there.
Before we get to that extreme,
Yeah.
we'll just make more TikTok videos.
Yeah, we got more coming to you. So keep an eye on our TikTok, please.
Yeah. So
Death and Entertainment TikTok.
before we go to China,
Okay.
we're going to go to July 18th, 1989.
Here we go.
All right, pop culture flash. I will start off with the music here. Number 5, Baby Don't Forget My Number by Milli Vanilli.
Baby, don't forget the lyrics. You're lip syncing too.
Yeah. I remember that. They got fucked.
Yeah, that
One
that
guy-
footage. He killed himself.
That's another episode.
Could be an episode. Yeah, that is
Yeah.
very sad.
Very sad, but I think he took it way too seriously.
I don't know. It's like he probably built his identity. He probably built his identity around being like this superstar, even
Yeah.
though that was not him at all.
Yeah.
How can you really feel like a superstar when you know you're lip syncing and that it's not really you?
Because the crowd's cheering when you come out.
That has got to feel empty somehow.
He didn't even write the song, so
Nothing.
No, it was two
picked-
ugly people.
He didn't even pick out the
That's
leather
why.
jacket. Yeah, there's like nothing he's doing here.
Like when we talked about Blues Traveler for their big premiere video for Runaround.
Yeah.
They're like, John Popper, get out of here.
Yeah, but he was in the background, and that was kind of a bit they were doing a little bit.
It was
You
a
don't
little
think
more
so?
than a bit.
Okay.
They
cut
could have sold
him
it as a
out.
bit.
It's not the same thing.
Like,
The-
hey, fatty, get out of here.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Welcome to Hollywood.
Kyle's literally taking the gloves off right now. You can't see it, but he's doing it.
Yeah, fat is funny. Get in
Yeah.
the back.
Oh, boy.
That is funny.
Oh, geez. Unleashed. Kyle Plouffe unleashed today.
Number 4, Toy Soldiers by Martika.
I love that song. That song gave me chills.
Number 3, Good Thing by the Fine Young Cannibals.
One of the best band names.
It might be one of the best band names that's a real band that I've never heard of.
They were short-lived. They burned bright for a few minutes, and then they left.
Then they ate each other.
No, you know their big song. This one was sort of big, but they had that other song. She drives me crazy.
Like no one else.
He sounded like the guy from UB40.
Yeah.
Kind of. Was it the same guy?
No.
Oh.
But
It
yeah,
drives me crazy.
there you go. Yeah.
I can't help myself.
Great
We're going to get a
song.
copyright strike because that was perfect.
I hope we
Is
do.
Fine Young Cannibals here?
Number 2, Express Yourself by Madonna. Finally, a song I can get.
Hard to?
Yes.
Whoa, baby.
Express yourself.
Number 1, If You Don't Know Me By Now by Simply Red.
Which could have been sung by the Fine Young Cannibals guy.
Could have been.
If you don't know me by now, you will never do.
So, Mark, what was going on in the world of movies?
In the world of movies around this time, number 5 was Peter Pan. It was a re-release. It was
The
the new
Disney
one.
cartoon.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It was new that week.
Oh, new to you.
It opened that week.
Oh, okay. Oh, that was the grand opening. Okay.
Yeah.
It's like a used car.
Yeah, new to you.
New to you.
Number 4, License to Kill, which is a Bond movie, I think.
Also new that week. And if you look at the number 4, that's pretty shitty for a Bond
Well, it was
opening.
like Timothy Dalton years,
Yeah.
right? It was right in the middle of that.
Nobody,
No one
they're
gave
bring
a
back,
shit.
Bring back Roger Moore.
Yeah.
You know, like we're not interested in this.
Yeah, bring back Connery.
Have
We
him
don't-
slap a woman.
He can take off the hairpiece. I don't care.
You are the license to kill now, dog. Number 3, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, which is not the first week, so it's still crushing the box office.
This really was the sleeper hit of the summer.
Yeah.
Nobody expected this kids movie to do that much business.
Yeah,
And you remember,
I loved it.
it was
I
huge.
ate it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the best adventure kids movies ever made.
Yeah.
Rick Moranis, awesome.
Before he got punched in the streets of Manhattan.
That is so sad. You're like, I wonder whatever happened to Rick Moranis. And then
Yeah.
you get that update.
Honey, I knocked you out.
Yeah. I mean, Rick Moranis has one of the most, I would say, like, not envious. What's the word?
Enviable.
Enviable. I mean, he had a very enviable career, but he had a very
Prolific?
Angus.
Prolific.
Angus,
He had
yeah.
a very Angus career.
fuck. What's the word I want to say?
He had a very respectable career.
I give him a lot of respect because he got rid of his career after his wife died, and he decided to raise the kids on his own,
On his own.
out of the spotlight. So
Yeah, I didn't know he was in New York though.
Props to
Usually
Rick
when people
Moranis.
do that, it's like some country home or something. But he's
Yeah.
like in Hell's Kitchen, like,
Hanging out with Anthony Bourdain.
yeah, exactly. He's playing stickball in the streets of Manhattan.
That's so true. When you hear stories like, "Oh, Rick Moranis went off into the
Yeah,
sunset,"
you think they're
you just assume
some suburb or
they're,
something.
They're sitting in a rocking chair knitting something.
Yeah, on a
But
beach.
for all we know, he could be snorting blow off of a hooker's ass.
Yeah,
but he's raising his kids
Yeah.
with that hooker.
You can do both. It's 2022. Number 2, Batman. Batman's still crushing the fucking box
The
office.
summer of Batman.
Yeah.
What a good summer. This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Number 1, Lethal Weapon 2.
I'm too old for this shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't do over this shit. Rings.
He was too old for that shit 40 years ago.
I know, yeah, but he still loves it, it seemed like, in part 2.
Yeah, I think there was like a meme that was around that said they were like 39 years old when they were saying they're too old for this shit.
I know.
And I was like,
yeah.
oh, God.
Every time I see those, I hate it. Yeah. like,
I'm definitely getting too old
Like-
for this shit.
Yeah.
like Marlon Brando was 25 when they filmed The Godfather. I'm like, what?
Jack Nance.
Jack Nance, yeah, well, he
was opposite.
He did really not age well at all.
He was a child actor in Wild at Heart.
Yeah.
My dog.
Yeah.
Barks.
Yeah.
Lethal Weapon 2, arguably the greatest one-liner at the end of an action movie
Which
ever.
is what?
The South African bad guy.
Oh, yeah.
He lifts his license.
Diplomatic
at the end, he's
immunity.
Like, diplomatic immunity. And then, boom, it's just been revoked.
Yeah. Yeah. That was the one they shot a lot of scenes of that around here. Like, is it the scene when they're buying when they're in the Christmas tree place when he's doing the drug bust?
I think so.
Yeah, that was right down the street here in Lancashire. So
And Lethal Weapon 3, I revisited that somewhat recently. Fucking Little Tony's is in it.
Little
Oh, sure,
Tony's, yeah.
Local death and entertainment haunt.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
right down the block.
Yeah.
I'm watching it and I'm seeing my street, not to brag, but
Hey,
They still got the same bread they're serving now there, huh?
Yeah.
Am I right?
it's pretty hard,
It's
Brad.
a rock hard.
that
So am I.
Yo, right now, from this bread.
Ooh,
Oh, God.
I love carbs.
Make that yeast old.
and that 100-year-old waitress, remember her?
Oh,
Yeah.
She was probably, only 70 at that time.
Yeah.
Can anybody help me out with the Nintendo that summer?
Yes, best-selling Nintendo games. Mega Man 2.
Oh, I remember.
Okay.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Super Dodgeball, I don't remember, to be honest.
Really, though, Mega Man 2, it's fun until you explode for the 5th time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you bite the cartridge.
Sounds like you did.
Yeah. That's your,
Definitely.
That was very specific.
that's your thing.
I bit the controller. I bit the cartridge.
Yeah, we all did that, right? Like Wayne's World 2, he's like, did you find Bugs Bunny hot when he dressed up as a girl? He's like, no? Okay, then maybe that was just me.
My friend in college, I remember we took shots of 151, and I was like, "Oh, that'll put some hair on your balls." And my buddy was like, "Nobody gets hair on their balls."
Oh, shit.
And I was like, "You don't, apparently."
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of jealous because you don't have to upkeep. Anyway,
Anywho.
the number one selling game at the time, which I had, absolutely, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
TMNT?
Yeah,
One of the best, worst games ever,
yeah.
I must
Yeah.
say.
I had to get Game Genie to beat it.
That fucking
Game Genie.
Ocean.
coral reef
Yes.
level, whatever the fuck. Where
Yeah, the water level.
you used all your lives just to pass that one level, and then game over.
Yeah,
Wow, I must have blocked all these memories out.
Good.
Yeah.
yeah.
I was really drunk around this time.
Rebecca Schaeffer. Not a household name.
Still not.
Schaefer Beer was, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is she from the Schaefer Beer dynasty?
No, that didn't come up in my notes.
Kyle's asking it. He's like the district attorney here. Like, did that come up like that?
The hard-hitting questions.
Yeah.
Is she from Big Beer?
She was born in Eugene, Oregon.
Yeah. Not Levy.
Better
right.
eyebrows.
She was born in Eugene Levy. There is actually a Chevy Chase, a town named Chevy Chase.
Yeah, in Maryland.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I always found that weird. And
They're all assholes.
there's a bang. Yeah, they're all racist. They leave bad voicemails on people. Everyone in that town does it.
November 6, 1967. That's when she was born. And she was an only child.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's
Summer of Love.
interesting. Summer of Love? Oh, 67.
There we
Yeah.
go.
Let's see this. It's at the end of the Summer of Love. That's very interesting.
Mm.
But they only ended up with one kid.
Mm-hmm.
Her mom was Dana, a teacher at Portland Community College and also a writer.
Nice.
And then her dad was a doctor, a child psychologist named Dr. Benson. Great name, by the way. Benson Schaeffer.
That's a great name.
Isn't
Dr.
it?
Benson Schaeffer.
Yeah.
I'd leave my life in that man's hands.
I would too. I
Yeah.
would talk to him about my problems.
As a child.
Yeah, a little kid in like a huge leather recliner chair telling my problems.
Yeah, so
I
what's
just
up with
can't
you? I'm on a steady diet of Nintendo cartridges.
Yeah, you're biting them for some reason. Yeah, I choked on a Zelda copy.
As usually happens, I was going to say the same fucking joke, complaining about the Turtles level. What else is a kid going to complain about?
Of course.
Well, hopefully he doesn't have bigger problems, right? In 1980, the family moved to Portland. So they started in Eugene, not Levy, but Oregon.
So they're moving into the city.
Moving on down.
Moving on down, yeah.
She began modeling in high school, because she was kind of a looker, but not necessarily supermodel.
Really? Just a girl next door?
Exactly. Like a brunette Dorothy Stratton kind of feel. So Rebecca landed some local commercials and department store catalogs.
Come on down to Woolworths.
And see the pretty lady.
Yeah, the one pretty lady in this area. Come see her. Come on. Yeah, it's like a carnival.
That every farm boy is trying to stuff. After dropping the idea of becoming a rabbi,
What?
Rebecca moved to New York City in 1984 at the age of 16.
What?
To pursue modeling full time.
They just dropped her off at the fucking bus station with their bags, like, all right, good luck.
Yeah, things were different then.
Yeah.
Rabbi, model.
Yeah.
Yeah, the old...
Who knows when you're 16? Or do you want to get just dropped off at fucking, Chinatown in New York?
Yeah.
When I was 16, my dad didn't even let me go to a Ween concert in Champaign-Urbana.
Yeah. Well, there's other reasons why I wouldn't allow that either. Ween.
Much less move to NYC to become a model.
Oh, yeah.
She told her parents at the time, sometimes you need to choose between adventure and regret.
She
Wow.
regretted not being a rabbi. She traded in the sideburns for the eyelashes.
Adventure and
It's
regret.
either or. She had them in each hand. She put one down.
So Rebecca found some success as a model, but she realized that she was never going to reach the top in that arena because, like I said, she wasn't the typical statuesque blonde and extremely skinny.
You gotta
She
be
was
like 5'9", 6'1", and like blonde, and that was kind of the look back then.
and eat a little pea pod for lunch.
Yeah.
She was like a
Starve
normal,
yourself.
pretty girl.
Yeah, but that's smart to have that knowledge at that age. Like 17, I was just like drinking in my trunk, my hatchback of my Ford Escort.
Yeah.
I
I was getting wasted at Papagino's on shift.
yeah. What do I want to? Do I want to be a rabbi or do I want to be a model or finish the shift at Papagino's and take the breadsticks out of the fucking oven?
She said, I never considered myself a full-fledged model. I was always too short, too fat. I'm 5'7", like a lot of people. I'm critical about my weight. But magazines wanted to use me, so it was a good start for me. She was very self-aware and savvy.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, that's just to know it's like it's gonna be one job that you're just gonna do just to make a couple bucks and then pivot to something else.
Yeah. Like you said, I don't know how she has that wherewithal at that
foresight.
age.
Yeah.
Yeah, that quote sounds like something you would look back on your life at like 50. And the fact that she said it before she was 21, I'm like, Jesus, that's crazy.
It sounds like one of those TikTok gurus or something, like one of those fucking monsters that are on there that think they could actually give advice out to other people.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
You ever see them? Oh, God.
Too much.
Yeah. Check out our TikTok. Not that.
So Rebecca soon turned to acting to supplement her income. It was the smart move. You got to add something to the mix. And she quickly landed a recurring role as Annie Barnes on the soap opera One Life to Live.
And that's still when they were filming in New York still.
Yeah. And this is the mid-1980s. Soap operas were huge then.
Huge.
Dynasty,
Millions of viewers.
Dynasty wasn't a soap opera, was it? But it kind of
No, that was a TV show. But
Nighttime soap, they call it.
nighttime soap. Yeah, but that
yeah,
was
it was like
just
General Hospital, One Life to Live, Days of Our
It's
Lives.
like the golden age of those shows.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, one of the highest rated TV programs in history was the marriage between two characters on a soap opera.
General Hospital, I think.
Luke and Laura or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have to ask Auntie Jill about that because she's a huge soap opera fan
Yeah.
and also Rebecca Schaeffer fan, apparently.
Really? She's a Schaeffer head.
Yeah. She asked what podcast we were doing. I said Rebecca Schaeffer. She's like, oh my God, she was on fucking My Sister Sam. She used to kick us out of the house so she could watch her soaps.
Yeah.
And
she needed the
make-
entire house
for
it.
like 13 hours.
Well,
to
you guys
kick
are
us
a
out.
bunch of shitheads too. I'm sure you.
Well,
like,
yeah, that
throw
too.
rocks at the walls and stuff.
Why is the sky blue, Auntie Jill?
Yeah.
You're blocking the TV.
Would
Yeah.
be banging on the door. Please let us in. She's like, my soap's not done.
I don't blame her.
One storyline on One Life to Live involved an intruder breaking into her house.
Oh, Jesus.
Ooh.
Foreshadow.
Rebecca's stint on the show led to her being on the cover of 17 magazine,
Oh, okay.
Very
which,
nice.
you know, for
That was getting big also around this
for a
time.
young girl, that's as good as Rolling Stone or Time.
Yeah,
Sure.
17. It was like Tiger Beat. I don't know if that was more 90s or 80s, but
Yeah.
there was a lot of
My
teen
sister
magazines.
would buy all that crap, like with New Kids on the Block and
Oh,
stuff
yeah,
on it.
yeah.
Yeah.
What was your favorite, Kyle?
The Jonathan Taylor Thomas cover of Tiger Beat in 1994.
The whole spread.
JTT. you
Yeah.
mean.
Yeah,
JTT.
JTT. Yeah, you know me.
Yeah.
So the 17 cover caught the eyes of producers at CBS who were casting a new sitcom called,
My sister Sam.
say it in the Auntie Jill voice.
My sister Sam.
So yeah, My Sister Sam. It was at that time rare for a daytime star to cross over into primetime stardom.
Yeah,
Unthinkable, really.
It still kind of is.
Well, soap operas are pretty much dead now. So,
Are they
Yeah, they're not really
relevant or
No.
one's even watching them?
exactly.
I didn't know that. That is just news to me. I don't have network television, so I don't even
Yeah.
know what's even on during the day.
Even if you
anymore.
did,
Yeah.
you wouldn't be watching.
No.
So My Sister Sam is Rebecca Schaeffer's quote unquote big break.
Because she's like one of the stars rather than just being like a background person.
She's the star.
Yeah.
And here's the premise. Sitcom veteran Pam Dauber, who starred alongside Robin Williams in Mork and Mindy,
Oh, yeah. Great
And
show. Love
later-
that show.
alongside John Ritter in Stay Tuned.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
I love that
Yeah,
movie.
that's
Yeah.
Pam Dauber, the
I
wife.
do love that movie.
Oh, I know who she is
Yeah.
then.
She
Yeah.
was hot. She was kind of a MILF situation there.
She
Aye, aye,
still
aye.
looks pretty good, in my opinion.
Yeah.
She's held up very well.
Yeah, she
Wow.
had like a Mary Lou Henner kind of thing going, or what am I thinking of?
Mary Lou Henner.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right, now that we solved that. So Pam Dauber plays Patty, an uptight freelance photographer in San Francisco. And then Schaeffer plays her kid sister, Sam, as the title kind of hints at. And Sam is a rebellious teen who comes to live with her after the, untimely death of their parents.
Oh.
This was the premise of probably 85% of sitcoms in the 80s.
I was gonna say a lot of off-screen parents died in the 80s.
Yeah, Full House comes to mind.
Yeah.
I
My
like
3 dads or 2 dads, however many dads they had.
well the Sandy Duncan show, the one with Jason Bateman.
Oh, our favorite, the Hogan family.
The Hogan family,
Yeah.
yeah, that started at the Valerie Harper show. Then they killed her off in a car accident. Barely mentioned her, and then there's the Hogan family after that.
In real life, Dauber and Schaeffer became roommates for a few months to get to know each other
Oh.
and to form a bond that could translate as on-screen chemistry.
Is this CBS putting this together, or is this just them on their own? Like, hey, let's really make this work by living together.
That's a
that'd be
really
interesting.
good question.
Yeah, that'd be
That could
interesting.
be method.
Yeah.
So the show was a hit. It was the highest rated new series of that year, 1986 it premiered.
Wow.
It was so highly rated at first because they smartly put it between Kate and Allie and Newhart on the schedule. So it got a boost from those two
Great
hit
shows.
shows.
Yeah. That was like their Thursday night lineup. It sounded like their killer lineup. You could like throw anything on the air then, and 30 million people are going to be watching it because there's only 3 networks.
So this is a very fast trajectory. 1980, the family moves to Portland. 1984, she jets off to New York City. She even went to Japan for a time to see if she could get more modeling gigs.
Wow.
That didn't work out. Then she turns to acting, gets that One Life to Live gig. And then by 1986, she lands My Sister Sam. I mean, it's almost no work
Yeah.
for her, this career rise.
I wish I could. My main goal was, being a model, and then my fallback was be acting.
I know.
That'd be great.
I need a smart nest egg. So I'm going to take up acting.
Yeah, my plan B is becoming a famous actor.
All right. Because the show was so highly rated, it was renewed for a second season. Most sitcoms don't go
That's where
past the pilot.
You get the big money too.
Yeah. And Schaeffer and Dauber even graced the cover of TV Guide.
Really?
For you young folk out there,
Yeah.
there was a time when TV Guide magazine
Meant you
was
made
read
it.
by 40 million people.
Wow.
So it was a big deal to get the cover, especially for a new show.
Oh, yeah.
They arrived.
I remember when the Power Rangers were on the cover of TV Guide, and I almost shit.
Almost shit?
I think I shit.
Yeah. Anytime someone says I almost shit,
Yeah.
they definitely shat their
Yeah.
pants.
That's a weird thing to shit your pants to also.
Don't worry about it.
Very weird.
We don't have time to examine that.
Even as a kid, I wasn't really into the
Power Rangers, yeah.
Oh, shut up.
Sounds like a mental
Yeah,
patient.
Like I was making fun of them, I think in second grade already.
Yeah, you lost that part of your brain when you ate a fucking Nintendo cartridge. apparently.
Oh yeah, he had a fork and knife with the
Throwing some marinara.
Mario Kart fucking.
Well, let's put it this way. I wasn't like that kid in The Wizard playing Mario at conventions.
What was up with that kid? Was he on the spectrum? In retrospect, speaking
He
of dating-
created the spectrum.
yeah, he did. But he had the,
Retrospectrum.
but he had the glove, and that's all you needed.
Yes.
That's why I was envious of him, because I wanted that fucking glove, and I never got it.
Well,
Power glove.
yeah, The Wizard. What a commercial for
What a letdown of a
Nintendo.
movie! And I walked out of the movie as like a 7-year-old. I go, "That's the fucking movie."
But at the end, the competition where they're playing Super Mario 3.
Yes.
When it was released in 1989, Super Mario 3 had not yet been released into
That's
the North
right.
American market. So that movie was the first glimpse into what that game looked like.
Oh, shit. That's insane.
I was that into that. I would have eaten that cartridge with a fork and knife.
It is a horrible movie, though.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible.
Okay, so Rebecca Schaeffer, she's on this hit show, My Sister Sam, TV Guide, Dauber,
Yep.
Method.
Same apartment. Season 2.
Crushing it.
And she becomes what they call a soldier for the network, for
Yeah.
CBS. She does whatever they want her to do for promos. She does the Thanksgiving Day parade, and she's all over the TV
Yeah.
happily.
Until no, I'm just kidding.
Around this time, she met a UCLA film student named Brad Silberling on a blind date.
He's an executive or something now?
Director.
Director, okay.
And they hit it off. Things became serious very fast. When they would drive around together, they'd see houses and she'd point to one like, oh, we should buy that one.
Yeah.
So they're really thinking about the future together.
And this is the time when you could actually buy a house.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't get it started.
And she's got that, sitcom money
Yeah.
going on.
Oh, yeah.
And he's got that UCLA film student
What?
debt going on.
Yeah, whatever that is.
How did he nab her?
Yeah.
I know.
Of course it got serious.
Yeah.
He's like, will you marry me?
Yeah.
On the first blind date. So, yeah, she was just, from all accounts, kind-hearted, free spirit. She liked to dance, do yoga. She was just really easy breezy to get along
Good
with.
personality.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is why she's been able to soar this fast, because that seems to be translating, which is rare.
Yeah.
It seems to be translating on the screen.
She auditions well. She has good chemistry with people, and she's smart.
Yes. And very trusting, too, to a fault, though.
Really?
Because she would be excited to get fan mail. Kind of like when we get a comment on YouTube or something. We're
Yeah.
giddy. Like, oh my God, did you see what so-and-so wrote? So she would be that way when she got fan mail. And this is snail mail. This is the 1980s.
Yeah.
People would have to put the stamp on.
The old Pony Express.
Yep. Whatever the fuck that means.
That's what the mail was called.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, but like in the 1200s.
Correct.
And then she would get too involved, like writing her fans back personally instead of just sending the autograph picture. And I have a clip from 2020. This is Brad Silberling and Pam Dauber talking about her.
Okay.
She didn't perceive herself as a celebrity. She didn't live that way. I don't know if I ever heard the term fame come out of her mouth. I think the whole nature of celebrity was something, maybe it was just outside of her interests.
The one thing we did say to her, though, you're on a hit show. We're probably going to go. We're going to go on this show for a while. You never put your real name on your mailbox, Rebecca. Never put your real name on your mailbox. And she said, okay, I won't. It'll be fine, I won't. I was giving her that advice because I had had my own stalking problems. And so I never had my addresses ever on my driver's license so that you can't be found.
Wow. So how do you even like at that time put a fake I mean, I guess it's easier to put a fake address on your license at that time than it would be today.
Yeah.
Does that fly? Because you do that now? I don't know.
Wait, so what would be the reasoning to put a fake address on your license now? Just in case people
because
find
you still need it. This is actually a true story. I'm not going to say who it is, but I know somebody who took a picture of a famous person's license that shows their exact address
Jay Leno.
because they need it to go to whatever business they were at.
Andy Richter.
Yeah. Coming for you, Andy.
You son
Give
of
you a big
bitch.
kiss.
Big wet one. And I don't mean kiss.
Kevin Eubanks.
Yeah. But yeah, that's crazy. I don't know. I just don't.
With weed shops and you're going to bars, if someone sneaks a picture of it.
But I do understand putting your name on a mailbox, especially with like in big font. You don't want to just put it out there. Yeah.
Bouncers that have cameras in their eyes.
Yeah.
I guess so. But yeah, like it takes a lot for, I guess you just have to do minimal homework in order to be able to find the person if you really want to.
Right.
Yeah.
Wait till you hear what's coming up, though.
Let's do it.
Your jaw's gonna drop like Roger Ebert.
You're going to shit.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's going to fall off.
You're going to eat a video game cartridge.
You're gonna shit your pants
And
like
then
Kyle did.
Yeah.
You're going to shame DUI victims.
All right, I'm not getting into that again.
Wait, what was that again?
Ebert giving shit to Ryan Dunn.
Yeah. Friends don't let friends. Jackasses drive drunk.
Yeah.
We're gonna pivot right now.
Jeremy Pivot.
Speaking of douchebags,
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
we're going to talk about a douchebag right now. His name is Robert John Bardo. He's the youngest of 7 kids, and he's a troubled kid. His dad was in the Air Force, so they moved around a lot until settling in Tucson, Arizona in 1983. Bardo was bullied at school and abused by his family. And after a suicide attempt, he was thrown into the foster system. And then he was even institutionalized for a short period of time at the age of 15.
Very different trajectory than our subject here.
Yeah, there's a star on the rise
Yeah.
and a life going
And
nowhere.
a guy going fucking nuts.
Yeah. There's no reason these two should be at the same place at the same time.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
Not even in the same zip code.
Yeah.
Bardo was diagnosed with bipolar disorder. That's the least of what he has.
Yeah. That's like the 8th worst thing about him.
He dropped out of school early and became a janitor at the Jack in the Box.
Really? Just clean up the fry grease and shit?
You could just picture the patrons there. Is that creep in the corner staring at us?
Yeah.
I've never seen like a new Jack in the Box, like a not gross Jack in the Box.
And they all look like it's the year 1987.
Yeah, it does.
Somehow,
Yeah.
it feels like you go into a time warp.
Yeah, like even when they make a new one, like what does it look like?
They'll let you know when they do it.
Yeah, I guess so.
Like an Arby's is the same way.
Yeah, it's always an old fucking Arby's.
It's never like they've constructed a state-of-the-art
Yeah.
Arby's
Like, yeah,
downtown.
State-of-the-art Arby's.
Like grand opening, like red carpet, brand new Arby's. At a minimum, 1989 is the newest one, I think.
All right, so Bardo was arrested several times for domestic violence and disorderly conduct after getting in fights and threatening his neighbors. So he's the annoying guy on the block
Yeah.
who you're constantly
More than annoying.
getting into fights with.
Yeah.
He's fighting his neighbors.
He's like beating up kids.
So besides causing overall turmoil on his block, Bardo picked up another hobby, stalking. His first victim was a girl named Samantha Smith. And this is one of those like the alphabet bomber for me, where in researching this story, I came across another story that was very interesting. So I'm going to do the real quick abridged version of it right now. Samantha Smith was an anti-war activist and later became a child star. This is in the early 1980s. And she wrote a letter to Yuri Andropov.
Is that a Russian guy?
The head of the Communist Party of the Soviet Union.
Okay.
And in the letter, she was explaining her worries about nuclear war.
Okay.
Wow.
Because it was one of those things like the kid was talking to her mom and then she's like, why are we about to go to war? Someone should ask him if it's really going to happen. And the mom's like, all right, go ask him. Write him a letter.
These kids in the 80s were nuts.
Yeah.
And
They just did whatever the fuck they wanted. They're like threatening the Soviets.
Sorry, everybody, we can't do the nuclear war anymore. We got this 10-year-old Samantha Smith that's writing me letters.
Yeah. From
Here's
Tucson, Arizona, we cannot study.
the real letter. Dear Mr. Andropov, my name is Samantha Smith. I am 10 years old. Congratulations on your new job. I have been worried. She's Russian too.
I was going to say.
I have been worrying about Russia and
Yeah,
the
that's
United
the translation is they do broken English, but in a Russian accent.
worrying about Russia and the United. Now she's Mexican. And the United States getting into a nuclear war. Are you going to vote to have a war or not? Maybe she's making fun of him with the accent.
Yeah.
He answered her back.
Oh, he's
And
like
then-
the Rebecca Schaeffer of the Communist Party.
And
Enthusiastically writing back.
then she shoots him.
No, spoiler.
Yeah, they put her in a Sharpie on a map. They go, that's where she is. They just bomb it right there.
She's a janitor at Arby's.
Yeah. She wishes.
He invited her to come visit and to have a talk, and she went.
What?
And,
Wow.
Yes, and she became a goodwill ambassador. The youngest, need I have to add.
I'm sure Reagan liked that. Oh, well, you know.
Reagan.
You're a good kid,
We're
Samantha.
not going to pay you. Hopefully the money will trickle down.
What are you doing about AIDS? Oh, that's enough time, Samantha. We can't take any more questions.
That's a question for the queers.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Mr. Reagan has to take a nap now.
So, besides her political work, child actress.
Oh, really?
Samantha Smith became a child star after this.
She used that notoriety in order to become a child star?
Yes.
Wow.
But while still being a goodwill ambassador.
Oh, really?
Among her credits is the role of Daddy Wagner's daughter.
No way.
In the short-lived TV show Lime Street.
So wait, not Natasha Gregson Wagner.
No, like she played Daddy Wagner. Okay.
She played Robert Wagner's daughter.
Robert Wagner played a character on a sitcom. And
I mean, she's playing his daughter too.
And Samantha Smith played his daughter.
Oh, okay.
On the TV show Lime Street, the sequel to Lemon Boulevard. Hello.
Hello. Kyle Joke Hour. It's like the Olifant never forgets.
Anyway.
Anywho, moving on.
So Mr. Robert John Bardo, the guy who's fighting with his neighbors.
Yeah.
He's obsessed with Samantha Smith, and he goes to Maine, where she's from. She's not from Russia.
That's a big trip from Arizona to Maine.
Yeah.
Well, I would walk 500 miles
just to stalk you.
Yeah.
And attempted to meet her, but then the cops stopped him, and he didn't end up.
What are they at
meeting her.
the state line in Maine? They're just stopping them.
Yeah, something like that.
Listen, you look sketchy, and we're Maine, so
Yeah.
you can't come in.
Bart, don't bother coming into our stage. Hello! Get the fuck out of here! Give it to me!
Give it to him.
Give it to me!
Oh, he's not understanding.
We wanted the sound effect.
Oh.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, there we go.
So Bardo's plan didn't work out. He went back to Arizona. Then on August 25th, 1985, Samantha Smith was traveling with her dad on a commuter plane back home after filming scenes for Lime Street. And the plane hit some trees before crashing just short of the runway, killing all 6 people on board.
Oh, fuck.
Jesus.
A commuter plane.
Did Bardo clean the plane before it took off?
He had nothing to do with it.
So you got to check under the plane. You know,
Yeah.
like you check under the car when someone's after you.
Yeah.
Make sure there's not a bomb there.
So he had to move on to someone else to become obsessed with.
Yeah.
Stalkers.
Don't you hate that? When your stalking victim dies. In a natural, not natural, but like, you know, unrelated to you.
Unrelated to you trying to kill her?
Well,
I wanted to kill her. Oh!
it's somewhat natural compared to Rebecca Schaeffer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stalkers tend to focus on celebrities who seem approachable, innocent, and down to earth.
Wow.
After Smith's demise, Bardo turned his focus to TV newcomer Rebecca Schaeffer.
The Schaeffer head.
Rebecca Tallboy Schaeffer.
Yeah. Big beer.
Oh, gotcha.
Call back from 20 minutes ago, I think.
Bardo first saw her in a promo on TV for My Sister Sam in the summer of '86.
When I was born.
And we have a clip.
And he's like, I need that.
Kyle was when he was born?
Yeah. He knew he wanted Schaeffer.
He was a fetus, like, I need that Sam.
Well, I kind of get a kick out of having my kid sister live with me. I mean, of course, it has its disadvantages.
Curfew.
Yeah, but it's energizing having someone live with you who has big dreams. Rock star. What happened to Senator?
That was last week.
Dreams, that's what it's all about.
Can I get my nose pierced?
Dream on, kid.
Oof. It's so cringy.
It's awful.
Bardo saw that promo and he became obsessed with her from that promo.
Got his heart as Little Tony's bread.
What?
He got his heart as Little Tony's bread.
Oh, yeah. And that's hard, baby.
That's the hardest you can get.
Yeah. That's the hardest.
I think there's steel and then Little Tony's bread.
Of course,
Like the chemical chart, like the...
Yeah, if they made the Twin Towers out of Little Tony's bread, it would still be standing.
he's of course referring to the NoHo joint that was featured in Lethal Weapon 3.
Yes.
Why don't they make the plane out of the Little Tony's bread?
Yeah, the black box, nobody knows this, is made out of Little Tony's bread.
Oh, I like it. I could go for that bread right now.
It's so bad. It's just like, do you want more terrible bread? Like, no, I haven't eaten this terrible bread
No,
yet.
but you know what the French do with their hard bread?
What's that?
They dip it in a bowl of coffee to soften it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. French know what's up.
So Bardo liked that Rebecca Schaeffer was outgoing and bubbly, as he put it. He would tape the show My Sister Sam and all her appearances on TV like the Thanksgiving Day Parade. And his bedroom became a shrine to Schaeffer and also to other hot celebrities at the time, like Debbie Gibson and
man.
Tiffany.
Yeah.
Wasn't Tiffany killed too?
No, she's still alive. She's still alive. Wait
How
a
dare
second.
you, Kyle?
She had the one hit wonder. That's what she was.
You confuse those two things?
Yes, she either got murdered or had one good song.
Not to be too catty, but her career was killed.
Oh,
Hello.
yeah. She was done, dude.
Yeah, she had that one good song.
I think we're alone now.
Which was not
Yes.
her. It was a
Tommy James and the Shondells.
Yeah, she stole it.
It's a pretty good cover, though. All
I
right,
like
so Rebecca Schaeffer responded to one of Bardo's fan letters saying that his letter was one of the nicest she's ever received.
Oh, no.
She drew a peace sign on it, a heart, and signed it with love from Rebecca.
Famous last words.
And we have another clip from 2020. Sue Cameron is talking, one of her friends.
Okay.
The first time I saw her answering fan letters, she said, look, I'm getting fan mail and it's great. And they're telling me their problems and I'm answering them back and it's wonderful. And I went, wait a minute, you're answering them back? You can't do that. And she said, oh no, but I love it and it's really fun for me and they want to be friends. And I went, wait, they're not Your friends.
They're your enemies.
Her friend is so intense. What? You're answering fan mail?
No new friends. I'm your friend. You will not replace me.
You wrote a peace sign on a piece of paper to a person?
I don't think it's a problem answering fan mail, but I think
I've never heard
if
it
you're
addressed
putting your
like that.
address in the return address, that's a problem.
She's doing a little Monday morning quarterbacking right there.
Absolutely.
People respond, but they put it in like a font, that you can't know the hand. You don't want the handwriting or the return address to be on
exactly.
there. If I got fan mail, I'd like to return like the mail with like ransom note type font, like cutouts from magazines and stuff.
Just fuck with them.
Yeah. I'm losing every fan.
That would be
I'm
amazing.
threatening their lives.
I will kill you.
I come out right away. I come out hot. I'm gonna kill you.
You don't kill me. I kill you.
I kill you.
Mark scares the stalkers.
Yeah. In America, stalkers scare you.
Yeah.
No. Celebrities scare you.
They should have sent this Rebecca's friend to talk to Samantha Smith. You're
Yeah.
going to get on a plane and fly?
Yeah.
You can't do that.
What are
it's
you,
going to
nuts?
crash.
Yeah, that's way more dangerous. Also that too, and also just going to Russia to meet with Russian politicians. That's
insane.
That's insane.
Then she works with Robert Wagner
Yeah.
and then dies in a fucking plane crash.
That's
a life.
I was gonna say that's a fucking
Yeah,
life.
kids were leading lives back then. What happened to this generation? Step up.
Bardo's admiration turned to worship and then to obsession. And in the summer of 1987, he flies to Burbank
right down the street.
Holy shit!
and rents a weekly hotel room. He's carrying flowers and a teddy bear, and he takes a taxi to Warner Brothers Studios, where My Sister Sam is being filmed. It was a regular shooting day.
He just goes right there.
Bardo tells security to call her. He demands it. They do.
What?
And the
What
guy...
rinky-dink security is working that day?
Hey, so we got some maniac out here. Says he knows you.
He's got Jack in the Box and a teddy bear.
He's on the way up.
And a mop.
Yeah, and a mop, and a body bag. And
I forgot to mention the security guard was Tasmanian Devil.
Yeah, apparently. Jesus.
The Warner Brothers lot is wacky.
Yeah, it's the Joker.
So the security guard tells Schaeffer, hey, there's a guy here at the gate with presents who claims he's a friend of yours. And she's like, no. So then they send him away. The guard later admitted in court that he gave Bardo a ride back to the hotel. Sad sack.
That was WB policy, though, back then. We always drive stalkers back to the hotel.
Yeah. Make sure they get home safe.
Bardo felt bad regarding the incident, but was not deterred.
No.
He returned to the studio again in a much more agitated state. Although he was turned away yet again, and his demeanor had raised some red flags with people there, the police were not called.
Wow.
And he left L.A. defeated.
Oh. That's what happens when people come out here.
Bye-bye, Bardo.
Doesn't always work out.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
But
Bye-da.
there's always a second act.
Yeah. Well, was it Mark Twain said Americans don't have second acts, but in Bardo's instance, he does.
Yeah. And now we're going to go back to My Sister Sam, because I know you kids can't get enough of this show.
That promo was awesome.
The ratings dropped during the second season because, like Suddenly Susan, it was moved from its hot time slot to Saturday night versus The Facts of Life.
I don't get why they do that.
Yeah, they just destroy shows
You're going to get
doing that.
crushed there against The Facts of Life. That was an awesome show.
Of course, who's going to watch My Sister Sam when you got fucking
Well, maybe they were
Facts of Life?
Maybe they were that confident in it that they're like, yeah, it can compete.
I guess.
But they got Tootie.
But
they got
why try? Why?
Wow, Kyle's. I never.
It ain't broke. Don't fix it.
They got Natalie.
Mrs. Garrett.
They got Joe.
Joe,
They got the fat one.
They got
That's Natalie.
yeah, same person. They got George Clooney in season 3 or 4 or something like that. He came on as a big part. Remember, he was the contractor that.
Right.
Yeah, he was the handyman.
And Joe ahead of her time, or his time.
Joe, yeah, kind of. Kind of androgynous, yeah. Very androgynous, actually.
Created androgyny.
Kind of, yeah. I don't know, yeah.
So
we're gonna get canceled here, but I'm all for
canceled
it.
like my sister Sam was in 1988.
Oh, that's a perfect segue.
That actually is one of the best segues.
Yeah, that's gonna go down in history.
Nailed it.
And the seggy goes to
Neil Patrick Harris.
Yeah. What the fuck? we're in the audience.
Harvey Keitel whips out his dick.
No.
Fuck this. So it
That's
lasted.
the dick saying that.
Exactly. It lasted 2 seasons, my sister Sam. And you're not going to be surprised by this, but Rebecca Schaeffer wasn't too fazed by the cancellation. In an interview, she said, I never really thought I'd be doing television, but when this part came up, it was just too good to be true. I've still got a lot of time to fulfill my other dreams.
Oh, so she's just getting started.
Yes. That's kind of like Paul Walker saying, 40 is going to be a great year.
Yeah. I'm going to get in some cars, drive around some industrial parks. It's going to be great.
You know the car that killed Ryan Dunn?
Yeah.
Come on, hop in.
Yeah. Let's double down.
Other roles for Rebecca Schaeffer: The End of Innocence, an autobiographical drama directed by Diane Cannon. She had a small role in Woody Allen's Radio Days.
Wow.
And most of it was left on the cutting room floor, unfortunately.
I really like you modeling in Japan, and I want you to be at my film if you could.
You know how much I like Asians.
Yeah.
You should meet my wife.
The paperwork's not done yet, but you know where it's going.
No, in the movie, there's a small role where Larry David plays the neighbor.
From Radio Days.
Yeah, and they argue with the main family about why are they playing music on Sunday or something.
The Sober Shabbos.
She's one of, what is it?
Sober Shabbos?
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
And she's the daughter of Larry David, so she's kind of hanging out there.
Oh, really?
She had a bigger scene, but that movie's all over the place, so I could see why they're just cutting wherever they need to for length.
That could have been where Larry David came up with that Seinfeld episode where Kramer has the line in the Woody Allen film, these pretzels are making me thirsty.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Wait, in that episode, it's for a Woody Allen movie?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, I didn't even realize
these pretzels are making me thirsty. He had 80 different ways of reading the line.
And then Rebecca Schaeffer did a TV movie called Voyage of Terror, the Achille Lauro affair.
What?
True story about the hijacking of an Italian luxury liner by the Palestine Liberation Front.
Oh.
TV movies in the 70s, 80s, 90s, they had so many colons and the titles went on forever.
There's 15 writers. No one was really happy with the final outcome, and it's terrible.
And in case you're stupid, they would always have to clarify.
Spoon feed it too.
Yeah, like the
Towering Inferno.
Yeah, okay, it'd be like it's called the Towering Inferno, but then colon, the story of
a building on fire.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And the whole log line's in the title, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Actually, that reminds me of, I have it right here. Naked Gun parodied that in their Academy Awards segment in one of the movies that's nominated. Shannon Doherty from 90210 is nominated for Best Actress for the movie Basic Analysis, One Woman's Triumph Over a Yeast Infection.
Get the fuck out
Set
of
against the backdrop of the tragic Buffalo Bills season of 1991. Okay,
that's amazing.
So those are the kind of movies she's doing. But then she gets a movie that's actually in theaters finally called Scenes from the Class Struggle in Beverly Hills. It's a satirical sex comedy directed by cult filmmaker Paul Bartel. Schaeffer plays Xandra, the daughter of a former sitcom star, and she plays against type in this. She's not the girl next door anymore. In one brief scene, she appears in bed with another man. And I have a clip.
Sounds scandalous.
Sandra, what's wrong? What is it?
Mom, my life is so dumb. What have I I got to show for it? Nothing.
You're still very young. You've just barely turned 17.
Oh, well, I'm a coward. My idea of taking a risk is losing my birth control pills or shopping at Saks without a sale. I want to live, but I don't know how.
So
Another
it just
stalker.
What the fuck?
it just it cut to a shot of her in bed with a guy that's shirtless, and then a kid is like looking at her through the window.
Some looky
behind.
lady. Wait, so what did that air on? Where did that?
That was a movie.
That just came. That was a theatrical release.
Yes, a theatrical release, and a lot of people love that movie. It's a cult classic.
He was at the
okay.
fucking Framingham 18, dude.
Floaty pass guy.
It was released in June 1989.
They were up against Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
They were.
Yeah.
Robert John Bardo, remember Bardo?
Yeah.
Janitor from the Jack in the Box?
Yeah.
He sees the movie and he sees that suggestive scene where she's in bed with the guy shirtless, and this sets him off. You know, she's supposed to be innocent.
She cheated on him.
Yes. And by the way, that clip we just watched, that's the extent of that sex scene in bed.
There's no like
it is a
full penetration.
Not at all. It's a very quick shot of her just laying in bed with a guy that's shirtless. There's no sex going on.
Still.
And that's it. It's like 5 seconds long.
Right.
Yeah.
And this sets him off.
Well, if you're that unstable and I mean, even when you have a crush on a girl and she ends up, you see her holding hands with someone, it kind of hurts if you're a normal person.
Yeah, if you're creeping on some girl and you're like, who's this fucking guy?
Yeah.
Could you imagine
picture?
If he was a fan of Kim Basinger and he sees 9.5 Weeks?
Yeah.
He'd explode.
Yeah, well, in
He'd
more ways than one.
spontaneously combust.
Yeah.
After he busts his nuts.
Yeah, after he jerked off. Wait a second now. Who's this Mickey Rooney or Mickey Rourke?
Mickey Rooney. That would have been a very different movie.
They couldn't get him, though. They couldn't get him for the movie, so they
It was
got
actually
Mickey
Andy
Rourke.
Rooney.
You know what's going on with 9.5 Winks?
You know what's going on with your vagina right now?
You know that bread at that little Tony's in North Hollywood? It's like that.
So Bardo decides it's time.
He's gotta make his move.
He's gotta
come back
confront
to
her.
LA.
Yeah, it's time. And he hires a private investigator to find out where she lives. And this was an idea he got from another famous stalking case. So we're about to take another trip
He's got a trade note.
down Stalker Lane.
Wow.
Let's go.
Another stroll down Lime Street.
Is that like Wayne's World?
Yes.
Let's do the Scooby-Doo ending.
Actress Theresa Saldana, Joe Pesci's wife in Raging Bull.
Zoe Saldana's mom.
No.
Is it true?
I don't know.
Not at all.
Really? No? Anyway, go ahead.
You said it with such conviction.
I know.
Even though I know it's not true. I believe it. All right. Saldana was stalked by Arthur Richard Jackson, a 46-year-old drifter from Scotland. And he became obsessed with her after seeing Raging Bull. And he had hired a private investigator to find her. From the private investigator, he got Saldana's mom's unlisted phone number. And he calls the mom and says that he's Scorsese's assistant and that he has a delivery for
I'm
her.
Martin Scorsese's assistant.
And the mom just gives up the number. And so on the morning of March 15th, 1982, this Jackson guy walks up to her as she's leaving her apartment in West Hollywood and asks, "Are you Theresa Saldana?" And then when she turns around, he begins stabbing her with a large kitchen knife.
Shut up.
In front of a parade of onlookers. Finally, a delivery guy named Jeff Fenn tackles him to the ground and knocks the knife out of his hand. Saldana calls Jeff her blonde angel. Meanwhile, the Scottish attacker had once described himself as a benevolent angel of death. Saldana spent 4 months in recovery. She went on to play herself in the 1984 TV movie called Victims for Victims.
We have to watch that.
I have a clip of it.
Oh my God.
She played herself.
It sounds
Holy
awful.
shit.
Victims for Victims.
Are you Theresa Saldana?
How you like me now?
What?
Oh, this is the blonde savior. Angel.
She went through that in real life and then had to portray it in a movie?
Yes.
That's horrific.
What executive's like, do I got an idea for you?
Hey, you want to play yourself and get stabbed again?
The TV movie Victims for Victims was nominated for an Emmy for Outstanding Achievement in Makeup.
What?
Like, what an insult. Couldn't you nominate her?
Yeah.
Like, oh no, we nominate the blood that they threw on you.
Yeah.
That's so harsh though when that guttural story of that horrible time in your life
When you were almost murdered.
The movie just comes and goes and just no one even watches it.
That
harsh,
scream
man.
was disturbing.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? When you
Absolutely.
hear it?
Yeah.
It's very effective.
It is.
Like, that's her screaming. It's
I think
unsettling.
I always thought Martin Scorsese, everyone like his network of actors and stuff, they all stayed in like the Bronx or something or Little Italy. I didn't know they lived in LA. What the fuck? They live in like West Hollywood?
Live in the basement of the fucking Laugh Factory.
Yeah.
Goodfellas, was filmed on the Warner Brothers lot.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Next to Central Perk.
Yeah.
Theresa Saldana never blamed her mother for that.
Even though she's no Jennifer Grey then, I
She
guess.
gave her up.
Jennifer Grey, she would say, my mom is basically the one who stabbed me.
Yeah.
Hello? You want to murder my daughter? Yeah, here's her address.
Yeah.
Yeah, she supplied the silver platter for sure.
And Saldana became a victim's advocate. And she went on to play Michael Chiklis's wife in the show The Commish.
The Commish, yeah. Oh my God, I forgot she was
Yeah.
in that. Yeah, she was great in that too.
Sadly, Saldana died of pneumonia at age 61 in 2016.
Oh, she's dead?
Yeah. Well, I did just say she died of pneumonia. That implies that she's dead.
All right.
Arthur Jackson, the Scot, the evil Scot, served 15 years in prison and died in the psych ward in 2004.
Really?
Bye-bye.
He never got back to Scotland, huh?
He never got back to sanity.
Yeah. No haggis in jail, I'm sure.
Bardo read about the Saldana case and copied the methodology. On July 17th, 1989, he took an overnight Greyhound from Tucson to LA. Robert John Bardo was determined to meet Rebecca Schaeffer and punish her for her immoral turn in Scenes from the Class Struggle in Beverly Hills.
That sounds like another movie that she would have done. A Moral Turn.
Yeah. One woman's battle with virginity.
With some asshole. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the entire title.
Set against the backdrop of the Oklahoma City bombing. So Bardo called Schaeffer's agent's office for more info, but was rightly refused. And he then started roaming around the streets, flashing Schaeffer's headshots at people and asking if they knew where she was.
Jesus, it's like T-1000 with the pictures of Sean Connery.
Yeah.
I was thinking that too in the
Or John Connor.
Saldana clip.
What'd you say first?
Sean.
Oh, God.
Well, we know what you meant. In the Saldana clip, that reminded me of the first Terminator, where he's like, Sarah Connor, yes.
Yeah, fuck.
Don't tell anyone who you are.
No,
Never confirm it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could be getting served or killed.
Yeah.
It's nothing good.
Oh, it's never good.
Yeah, if someone walks up to me, are you Mark Mulcairn? I'm like, No.
You won $1 million.
Wait. No, they burn the cash.
Yeah, they just light the big check on fire.
Or they give you a fatal paper cut with the check.
Yeah, they just punch me in the stomach.
They beat you to death with $1 million fake giant check.
Wait a second.
Evil Ed McMahon has the big check.
I'm from hell. I'm here to give you money.
So Robert John Bardo's desperate, as you can tell at this point. And like that Scotsman, he hires a private investigator and pays him $250 to locate Rebecca Schaeffer. The PI went to the DMV and easily got Schaeffer's info after filling out a Form 70.
Form 70, is that like almost an official document where you're like, I need this person's address for like official reasons?
Yes.
Okay.
And you can just lie and they'll give it to you.
Wow.
It sounds like maybe someone like, you want to sue or something, or someone hit your car without with taking off or something.
Wow.
So yeah, the PI got the address, 120 North Sweetser Avenue, Los Angeles, California.
Sweetser Avenue, that's getting famous over the last couple months because Johnny Depp lives there.
Does he?
He lives in West Hollywood?
He was like,
What?
Amber was at the Sweetser address that day. Yeah.
What does he just have, like a
he's got a whole
one
bunch.
bedroom he rents?
He's got a whole bunch of houses and apartments and townhouses.
Boy.
He probably owns tons of real estate.
Yeah.
Talk about the Sweetser life.
Yeah. Hello.
Nice.
This time around, Bardo is carrying a .357 Magnum Pistol instead of teddy bears and flowers.
Oh, well, how you doing, Dirty Harry?
Yeah. It's easier to bring a gun on a bus than it is a plane. So. He's not rolling into Burbank Airport with that .357.
You don't want to bring a teddy bear to a gunfight.
Yeah.
Back in Tucson, he had convinced his brother to buy him the gun after being turned away himself at Jensen's Firearms. The sales guy detected something off about him and asked him a series of questions. Bardo admitted his history of mental illness, and that ended the discussion right there.
If you are getting turned down to purchase a gun in Tucson, Arizona
in the 80s,
in the 1980s, you are fucked.
You might be you might be a redneck.
It might be Robert John Bardo.
Yeah, no, but like seriously, like
he's probably the only person that year that wasn't able to purchase a gun.
Cause that guy that shot Gabby Giffords, he got like a fucking AR-15.
Yeah, like 7 years ago.
Yeah. So this guy must have been like literally like salivating out of his mouth, and like his pants were on backwards.
And so Bardo's photo was posted on the wall with the message, "Do not sell to this individual."
Wow.
That's a red flag right there.
Then Bardo told his brother that he needed the gun for target practice, and so convinced him to buy it for him.
Jesus.
The two of them came back the next day and bought the gun for about $200. And this is what's called an illegal straw man purchase.
Yeah.
Now Bardo has a gun. Right?
Bardo's got a gun.
That was 1989 too.
I know. Remember that?
Aerosmith.
Yeah, Janie's got a gun.
Bardo told his sister he was going back to LA to save Rebecca. The sister didn't grasp exactly what that meant.
Crazy people always think they're doing saving.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
There's something similar. Like right now I'm watching Under the Banner of Heaven or God, whatever that one is, about the Mormon church in the 80s with Andrew Garfield. Really good. But you notice that the people that are the most insane, they're all about God. They're doing the best thing in the world.
Yeah.
And be damned with everyone else. They're doing the good. Meanwhile, they're choking the life out of you, literally.
So as Rebecca Schaeffer's career was blooming, she moved from this beautiful, peaceful spot on the top of Lookout Mountain in Laurel Canyon to the 2-story apartment complex on Sweetser in West Hollywood.
Moving on down.
And this is about 4 minutes from
the west side,
from the Grove and CBS Television City, where they do a lot of production.
It's easier to get there. It's like, it's more convenient.
Oh, I could live on this beautiful Lookout Mountain, or I could live a 2-minute walk from the Price is Right line No, thank you.
You're right.
We've activated Kyle when we were talking about real estate here.
Because I've waited in that line, and I've seen the people that show up to The Price is Right. I would not want to live around the corner from
They're animals.
So her building was quaint. Looks more like a house, really, than an apartment building. Kind of looks like the house in Hansel and Gretel or something. It's like
They do have some
brown
weird
and
houses
white,
like that,
you know.
Yeah, it looked like
fine.
Swedish or something.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
was like
they do
very,
have those weird like Swedish houses down
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
At this moment, 1989, summer, Rebecca Schaeffer is on the verge of becoming a big star. The Godfather Part 3 was the talk of Hollywood. Every actress in town, from Madonna to Winona Ryder, was vying for the coveted role of Michael Corleone's daughter, Mary.
They pulled them back in.
And as if out of a fairy tale, Rebecca Schaeffer joined that list of possible actresses.
Wow.
And she scored an audition with Coppola himself.
Holy moly.
And do you want to know when the audition was scheduled? July 18th,
Shut up.
1989.
The day of the death.
Yes.
Wow.
Holy shit.
That's some Charles Rocket shit right there.
So now we're on the morning, July 18th. Rebecca is waiting for a courier to deliver the script for Godfather 3 so that she can be prepared for her meeting that afternoon. And let's say she doesn't get the part. Just seeing the script and reading it is cool.
Yeah, having it delivered to you.
Like when you didn't know it was horrible yet.
It was still a possibility.
You'd want to take a peek at
Yeah.
it, just like the Super Mario 3 with the wizard. You want a little peek at what's going on.
Good reference. Maybe a bottle of wine came with it too.
Yeah. So this day is very exciting. And it's beautiful, by the way. It's a sunny day, 70 degrees. By the way, every day in LA
I was
is
gonna
that
say,
as well.
July in Southern California.
The night before, Brad Silberling said goodbye to Rebecca at her doorstep after seeing a movie he recalled. He didn't say what movie, though. You think he went to License to Kill?
Probably Batman.
It's kind of odd to me. He's a nice guy.
Who's Silberling?
He has nothing against him, but he doesn't remember what movie they saw, and then he doesn't remember what he had to do the next day, why he didn't stay over with her that
Well,
night.
he could have been fucked up. He could have got hammered with his friends or something. Maybe they were so, engrossed in Batman that they decided to get shit faced.
Right. And so he went home, otherwise he would have stayed over. So he was not there that morning. Robert John Bardo showed up outside her apartment building around 7-something a.m., carrying a bag. Inside was the card that she had sent him, her photograph, and listen to this cliche, a copy of The Catcher in the Rye.
Oh my God.
What a hack.
That is hack murder shit.
Emulating, of course, Mark David Chapman,
Yeah.
who murdered John Lennon in a
guy's a fucking
similar
hack.
fashion. He's a hack.
Yeah.
He's a stalker hack.
Step up your stalker game, hack.
Shit list.
He's
Yeah.
the shittiest of the shit
Yes.
list.
Yeah.
He's his own row on the Excel spreadsheet of the shit.
Yeah. And you know he didn't read a paragraph of Catcher in the Rye.
Yeah.
He can't read.
Yeah.
Exactly. How did it inspire so many people to kill people?
I don't understand. It was my favorite book that my high school allowed us to read, or they made us read in high school.
Where'd you go to school? 1984?
Yeah. We read that too.
Where'd you go? The Soviet Union?
Yep. I thought it was great, but it didn't make me want to kill people. I wanted
No.
to do that on my own.
Yeah.
Like, why wasn't it The Giver that makes people kill people?
Yeah.
Slaughterhouse 5.
Or Wrinkle in Time?
Yeah.
So Bardo pulled out Rebecca's photo and started asking her neighbors, have you seen this woman? Then he goes up to the door.
I call the cops right then.
Rings her doorbell. They didn't have cell phones back then.
Yeah.
And the intercom is broken. So Rebecca Schaeffer goes downstairs and answers the door in person. And now they're finally face to face. And so he tells her, I'm your biggest fan. And he shows her the autographed photo that she had sent him previously. Schaeffer politely excuses herself, saying that she has to go get ready. They shake hands and she wishes him well.
Oh, okay. Got out of that fun. It sounds like a okay ending.
I'm sorry if you were expecting a death.
Yeah, it kind of was.
So Robert John Bardo then goes to Jan's family restaurant nearby on Beverly Boulevard, and he orders onion rings and cheesecake.
What a psychopath.
And he can't stop thinking
Breakfast of Champions.
Combining those two?
Yeah.
Can I get onion rings and a cheesecake, please?
Can you put them in one big stew?
Are you about to kill somebody?
Yeah.
In fact.
You don't know what was louder, the gunshot or his gas.
Hello.
So he can't stop thinking about the lackluster encounter. It didn't quite fulfill his fantasy. So he goes into the bathroom of the diner.
Well, he kind of bitched out, to be honest. I
think he was nervous.
Yeah, maybe he's like,
time.
the first time's always the hardest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was probably like happy to meet her finally and was like, oh my God. And then when he left, he was like, I didn't get what I wanted.
Yeah.
I'm not married to her now. And
well,
then
yeah, I
got
think he
pissed.
lost his nerve. Like some guys, when they go up to approach a woman, they're like, do you know what the bathroom is?
Yeah.
And they turn into Woody Allen. I was like, do you know what the men's room is?
I'm going to cut you from radio days. So he goes.
But good luck on Godfather 3.
He goes into the bathroom at the diner.
And oils his gun, if you know what I mean.
And he inspects his gun and makes
Holy
sure
shit.
that it's locked and loaded. Does this remind you of a scene from a famous movie?
Yeah, Godfather 2.
One.
Godfather, no, 2.
In the Italian restaurant.
I thought that was, no, maybe you're right. Yeah, 1. Yeah, when he comes out, I don't want to come out with just his dick in his hand.
For sure I'm right. It's 1,
Because he goes to Italy in 2. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Okay.
Yeah, where we're a top 200 podcast. Sneak that in.
Ciao bello,
Ciao
Italiano.
bello, mi Italiano, listenerzo.
Arrivederci.
We should do all of our podcasts now, but in like accentuated, sarcastic Italian accents. And then he dropped the gun and he go to the house.
You cannot believe.
Yeah. He walking down the street. He lost the nerve, you know?
Bardo leaves the restaurant and he calls his sister from a payphone saying that he's going to be in the news soon. So watch out. She tries to convince him to stop whatever it is that he's up to.
She knows what he's
and
doing.
return home, but it was to no avail.
Yeah.
So 10:15 a.m., Bardo returns to Schaeffer's apartment on Sweetser and rings the buzzer. She goes downstairs again. Remember, she's expecting...
Look out the window.
She's expecting the courier to deliver the script to Godfather 3. So she's just really...
Oh, so he just lucked out.
Yeah, she's really excited to get it.
Because now you'd be like just refreshing your email, waiting for an email from like, Francis Ford Coppola. But at that time, you're like, ooh, I want this fucking, this script.
Yeah, but it's just dick pill spam. Like, all right, something else.
So Schaeffer...
Yeah, Cheesecake Factory sending a $3 coupon off of fucking... Yeah, I'm like, well, I want this email from like,
Yeah.
We hope you enjoyed your onion rings and cheesecake. Come back for more. Yeah, what a douchebag ordering onion rings and cheesecake.
What a sicko.
So Rebecca Schaeffer goes downstairs again, and then she sees it's this fucking guy. They have a brief, cold exchange. His recollection, quote, "She had this kid voice, sounded like a little brat or something, said I was wasting her time." That sets him off.
Wow.
So seconds later, Bardo says, "I forgot to give you something." Then he draws the gun from his waistband and shoots her point blank in the chest. She falls onto the front doorstep. A neighbor who lived in the apartment that adjoined the foyer heard Rebecca sobbing, "Why me? Why me?" Rebecca was laying on the doorstep twitching at this point. Although not certain whether the coast was clear, the neighbor ran out to comfort her until the ambulance got there. Schaeffer died about a half hour later at Cedars-Sinai.
Man. Fuck. Because Cedars is like right around the corner, and that's one of the best hospitals in the Western Hemisphere. So like, yeah, you're a goner if you're not going to make it there.
Yeah, the ambulance had to get through a crowd of fucking scumbags that were waiting for the Price is Right. I think that's why it slowed down a little bit.
Kyle really hates this line of people in The Price is Right.
I went there once, and a Facebook memory came up recently, and when me and Mike O'Brien, another comedian, Boston comedian, funny dude, I sent it to Tim Dillon saying, this is the type of place that you would lock the doors and light on fire.
It seems like something he would bite onto. Yeah, that's true. The people there are monsters, and they come from all around L.A. proper area, and they're the type of people that are in that audience.
Yep, sure are.
Some of them are John Bardo.
Yeah,
it's a crowd full of John Bardos.
Pretty much.
Now the LAPD is on the hunt for a murderer. Witnesses say they saw a man in a yellow shirt fleeing the scene. Bardo ends up taking the same Greyhound back to Tucson. Same way he came.
Wow.
He got right out of fucking Dodge.
Of course. Isn't that what you do when you murder someone?
Well,
you never want to wear a yellow shirt when you murder somebody.
Yeah, that really sticks out.
It said, I'm with stupid.
Yeah.
On July 19th, 1989, the next day, around 8 a.m., police got a call about a man running amok at an intersection leading into the downtown area. When officers arrived at the scene, Bardo was screaming, I killed Rebecca Schaeffer. Way to hide it, right?
Yeah. Why does he make such a clean getaway and then he's just fucking professing everyone?
Way to lay low.
Yeah. He probably thought, that's another state. We don't care about that.
Yeah. It's Arizona. It's a lawless area.
Yeah.
To be fair, if you heard someone yelling that on the street corner at Lancashire, you might not take it too seriously.
You just keep walking, then you go to Little Tony's and get some shit bread. you really, when people, unfortunately, when homeless people do yell stuff, you don't really take anything to heart.
No, I just keep smoking my cigarette.
Yeah.
So
and injecting my drugs.
Bardo is apprehended, and they found a pic of Rebecca in his shirt pocket, otherwise known as a photo.
Oh.
Bardo was then extradited to L.A. and arrested for her murder.
Extradited. They extradited him. It's
that's
4 hours away.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like, but when it's that
extradited
close.
Seems like countries.
Like when you're in Massachusetts, they extradited him to New Hampshire.
They extradited him to Worcester.
A year after the slaying, Bardo gave an interview in which he stated, quote, I was a fan of hers, and I may have carried it too far.
Oh, you may?
But a lot of things have appeared in the press to make me out to be a monster. If I had one wish where if it was ever to come true, it would be for Rebecca Schaeffer to be alive today.
That's just people gaslighting. It's just like, that's how people that are guilty and know they are just like, I can't believe what happened, how someone killed her. It's OJ all over again.
That's him avoiding the chair, I think. Trying to.
Or trying to feel bad.
Showing remorse, that pretty much differentiates whether or not you get killed or life in prison.
And that's coming up.
So it's a legal.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
It's a legal strategy more than it is
absolutely.
like earnestly him thinking that.
Yeah.
So you want to hear about the trial?
Let's hear it.
2 years later, the case goes to trial. And the prosecutor on the case, Marcia Clark.
Oh, really? From
Holy OJ.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
She's a star on the rise, like Rebecca Schaeffer was.
Nothing bad coming in sight.
No. The public defender made a deal to waive the jury in exchange for not seeking the death penalty.
So a judge trial.
Yes. Similar to the Michelle Carter case. They opted to go with just the judge.
Michelle, the girl on Plainfield.
Plainfield, Glee.
Yeah.
So this isn't a whodunit. This is a why'd he do it. Marcia Clark had to prove premeditation.
Very easily.
The defense didn't necessarily plea insanity, but that he had a mental defect that prevented him from having intent.
No.
So it is insanity though.
Yeah.
He's too crazy to have like a premeditated desire to kill her.
Ish. Yes.
But he had the picture in his fucking pocket.
Well, let's explore this a little bit. In September 1991, the Warner Brothers security guard testified the one that gave him a ride home.
He stopped him by Burger King on the way home.
And he made no impact on the case.
Yeah.
Bardo's siblings and father took the stand and gave damning testimonies because they were honest about their, unfortunate waste of space son.
Oh, you gotta love that. Your father takes a stand and he's like, my piece of shit son that I raised is a piece of shit.
The murderer I unleashed on Hollywood to kill fucking stars.
But remember, he was thrown into the foster system too.
Yeah.
And people in the family abused him. So I don't even know who these people are really.
Yeah, who the fuck are
Where
these
did they
people?
get off?
Yeah.
And the brother was found to be mentally unstable too.
What's up with these Arizona people? They're like monsters out there.
Wow, come on.
Shout out to Arizona. Shout out to Arizona.
Our one Arizona fan is turning us off now.
Okay.
Fuck you guys.
What is he thinking? Like you guys.
And
we like on a podcast.
When the family heard about the murder on the news, they checked his room immediately and noticed the missing gun. And his sister called the police, saying she thinks Bardo's responsible. So Bardo's lawyers then called on forensic psychiatrist Park Dietz to explain Bardo's mental illness. Dietz has also given courtroom testimonies for Jeffrey Dahmer, the Unabomber, and John Hinckley Jr.
Well, the Unabomber makes sense because his family also dimed him out. That's how they found him.
Wow.
And we have a clip.
In answering a test known as the Bloom Sentence Completion Survey, he filled out partial sentences indicating that his mother and father have frequent arguments, that there are times he wishes he were dead, that his family causes him pain and suffering. Yet, on the very same document, he said that he likes to play the guitar and hopes in the future to be in the world of the successful and to be, quote, a movie star, writer, or musician. Maybe all of them, end quote.
Okay.
Confident guy.
He also
Multi-hyphenate.
wrote that when he listens to the radio, he is possessed by it.
Over the prosecution's objection, the defense played a song
what normal
from the
people
rock
say.
group U2's Joshua Tree album.
What? Shut
up.
Until this point in the
Jennifer
trial,
Grey.
the defendant had remained composed in the courtroom.
He looks bad.
But once the song Exit was played, he sang and strummed to the music.
What?
By the way, he's rocking out right
He
now.
is rocking fucking out in the courtroom.
Dude.
He's going to put Sounds of Soweto on next.
Dude, he looks straight from the hills have eyes.
Yeah, he does not look well.
That is terrifying.
He looks like shit. Like, how old is he right there?
12.
19.
Yeah, 19. Is he really?
Mm-hmm.
He looks like the hills had eyes.
Yeah.
At some point.
He did an interview with Dietz, Park Dietz, the forensic psychologist.
That name is ass.
He was giving the deets to deets.
You're here with the deets to deets. That should have been the show.
I love that, yeah.
Deets to deets.
Yeah. They get canceled after 2 episodes. Mid-episode.
So he gives this whole interview. And when Marcia Clark was reviewing the footage, she noticed that Bardo, in the act out, held the gun in his hand behind his back, hiding it. Which shows that he was hiding his intent and that he was, quote, lying in wait.
Let's go, Marcia.
Okay,
premeditated.
And let's see, I have that clip from the actual prison interview.
I grabbed the door, gun still in the bed. It was drawn, grabbed on the trigger. Like this. The blood hit her blood squirted out. And she went, looking at her, oh my God, I killed someone. Oh no, oh no. You know, because
I think, you know what I think? Something's going on with this guy mentally.
Yeah. Did, you know? And she was going, why? She's screaming. She's just straight screaming. Why?
Dude, that guy
Imagine
has a
thi-
fucking townhouse head.
Imagine, yeah, he's got a forehead like a
duplex.
drive-in movie theater.
It looks like she was living in his head on Sweetser.
Yeah. Could that head be any bigger?
No.
And by the way, I edited out a minute in between him saying why and when he pulled the trigger.
Jesus.
For a solid minute, he says even less audible nonsense.
The way he spastically just acts that out just makes me even more uncomfortable.
Yeah. The fate of Bardo is in the hands of Judge Dino Falgoni.
Okay, what the fuck?
Who also had a part in Godfather 3.
Yeah.
So he's pissed.
And he's one of our biggest fans also. Dino Falgani. Father Dino Falgani.
Y'all want to hear the verdict?
Please, let's hear it.
He found the defendant guilty of first-degree murder.
All right.
I have found the defendant guilty.
Sentenced in November 1991 to life in prison, no possibility of parole.
Perfect.
See ya.
Brad Silberling, the boyfriend, referred to Bardo as a tortured kid who hated his life.
Sounds
and
right.
when the trial was over, told him, your cowardice is going to haunt you the rest of your life. And when 2020 produced that segment on Rebecca Schaeffer, they asked Bardo for a statement from prison, and he provided one. I have a clip of it.
Is that his face?
Yes.
He looks normal now?
Wait, what?
Ish? That's not the same person.
Accept full responsibility for what I've done. My thinking was so negative, and I was blaming others for things that was happening within me. But regarding Rebecca Schaeffer, she was irreplaceable. I think about her every day because she should be here. I realize what I've done, and I feel a lot of tremendous guilt. I read all the interviews that Schaeffers have done, and it helped me understand what I've done, and it's just so devastating. I guess I was insecure and frustrated.
Just a little bit.
I took that out on Rebecca. I, talked with professionals about this, about trying to explore the reasons why I did what I did. My work thinking as far as taking in negative thoughts and putting blame on her. I think of all the things that she could have seen today that she didn't get to live to see. And, it breaks my heart.
It breaks my heart she wasn't in Godfather 3. Then he's like, actually, that one's okay.
It looks like he got
dodged a bullet.
Jesus.
Come on. Yeah. What the fuck? I demand a recount.
It looks like he got plastic surgery in prison because he's actually like a decent looking guy at this point. Like,
wow,
what the fuck
Kyle wants to jump his bones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oil him up.
Yeah. Blow a load on me,
But
buddy.
compared to what he looked like, we're going to have to post the before and after on our Instagram and let the people decide.
Yeah, he looks more like a normal. I think maybe he just he's fully figured himself out and found out how crazy he was and how fucked up he is.
Yeah.
He went from the hills have eyes to
to something different.
Wait for it. Well, Kyle thinks he
come
went
back
from
next week for my punchline.
Yeah. What a cliffhanger they left that last episode on. Kyle thinks he went from 0 to hero here. Kyle Kyle wants his digits.
Yeah, he had his glow up.
You know what they did?
He got his revenge
His
body.
glow up. Yeah.
In prison.
Yeah. 15-year prison glow up.
They formed his head more or something.
Yeah, it's
He's
like
got a jawline now.
It looks like they recast him.
Yeah, he went from later career Roger Ebert to early career Roger Ebert.
He found a jaw.
Yeah.
So Brad Silberling remained close to Dana and Benson Schaeffer, and they lobbied together. Quote, after a sudden violent loss, you feel a tremendous need to do something, not only to keep your sanity, but also out of an almost subconscious sense that if you just do everything right, somehow the person you've lost is going to walk back in that door.
That's what Brad said.
Yeah. And then we have another clip from the 2020 episode, Pam Dauber and Rebecca Schaeffer's dad talking.
Okay. We were all out of our minds with grief. We've got to make a difference.
As a tribute to Rebecca, Pam Dauber gathered together the cast of My Sister Sam
Her hair is
for a public
huge.
service announcement.
We're the cast from My Sister Sam. Now one of us is gone forever. Rebecca Schaeffer was only 21 years old when her life was taken by a single shot from a handgun.
How did that lunatic get a gun? I testified in front of Congress. in behalf of saner gun laws.
The availability of weapons in the United States is a public health hazard.
We shouldn't have the kind of weaponry.
I'm glad they
do.
cleared this up after this,
There are
this
hundreds
happened.
of millions
with
of
the guns.
handguns in the
Yeah, I'm
United
glad they
States.
settled it.
We do not need to be a gun society.
Well, unfortunately, we are.
Obviously, the gun debate rages on.
Yeah.
But the case did lead to strict anti-stalking laws. In 1991, the LAPD created the Threat Management Unit as a resource to celebrities who have stalkers. Really, anyone who has stalkers. All 50 states and the federal government have anti-stalking laws now. According to the legislation, a stalker is defined as someone who willfully, maliciously, and repeatedly follows or harasses another victim and who makes a credible threat with the intent to place the victim or victim's immediate family in fear of their own safety. In 1994, Congress enacted the Driver's Privacy Protection Act.
Okay.
So now the DMV is restricted from providing confidential info on license holders.
But
Goodbye,
also,
Form 70.
yeah, but also now you can get anyone's fucking address if you really wanted to.
Yeah. Hackers, doxing. That's a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can find, yeah, or like some of those people search websites and stuff. You want to pay $50, you could find anyone.
Oh, yeah.
Because they have the same database as the credit agencies and stuff, like Equifax and these fucking bastards.
These motherfuckers.
Oh, my God.
And remember Debbie Gibson? She graced the walls of John Bardo's disgusting bedroom.
Yeah.
Along with Schaeffer. Debbie Gibson told People in 2008, I was very young at the time, but it was scary because I realized that whether you live or die can come down to security.
Yeah.
This woman answered her door and was killed. From then on, I've always had good security. I can't let it slow me down.
Debbie Gibson said that?
Yes.
Well, she had that electric youth, and she didn't want to risk it. That was one of her big songs.
Oh, okay. It went over my head a little bit.
That was one of her biggest number one, actually.
Oh.
Yeah, all those 80s teen bopper, people had stalkers.
Electric Youth is actually her second biggest song. Only in My Dreams.
Kyle's right.
Oh.
That's the one I know, Only in My Dreams.
I don't know it. I literally just had to look it up.
Kyle, biggest fan. Prove you wrong.
I guess so. Kyle, can I talk to you outside for 1 second? All right, so we're back.
So the Rebecca Schaeffer case received lots of media attention, as you know. This is going to shock you. It inspired an episode of Law and Order.
Of course.
In 1992.
These motherfuckers.
Another swinger?
The episode. You got another Can't Survive a Bulleter.
Yeah.
And this is from the waitress episode of, what's her name?
Adrienne Shelley.
Adrienne Shelley. And for some reason, when it was Law and Order, they were talking about a swinger. I thought it meant like a sex swinger, but they meant someone
literally hanging off a rope.
Hanging and swinging back and forth.
Yeah,
so.
very morbid.
Mariska Hargitay is so callous.
Mariska Hargitay to you.
Or Dick Wolf is, like someone who was on his show, which is Adrienne Shelley. They kind of treated her poorly, in my opinion.
A little trivia here. Harvey Keitel's original stage name was Dick Wolf.
Really?
No, I'm just kidding.
No, his was Wolf's dick.
Yeah. My dick has a character.
That's why he shows it so much.
His dick has his own SAG account.
He was Mr. Wolf in Pulp Fiction, though.
That's right.
Oh, wow.
You want to see the wolf's dick?
The Law and Order episode is called Starstruck, if you want to look it up.
Sure.
In 1996, get this, the premiere episode of E! True Hollywood Story covered Rebecca Schaeffer.
Wow.
What?
Yes.
I don't remember that one. I do remember, of course, that kind of inspired even this show. Ain't it a bitch?
Ain't it a bitch?
AJ Benza.
He didn't do E! True Hollywood
No,
Story,
yeah,
but
that was
Oh, no. Wait, which one did he do?
Mysteries and Scandals.
Yes.
Fuck.
But this is
Ain't it a bitch?
a scandal.
Ain't it a bitch?
It's not much of a mystery, but it is a scandal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In 2002, after a couple years of development hell, Brad Silberling brought a drama about grief and loss to the big screen. Remember, he was a UCLA student when he dated Rebecca Schaeffer.
Yeah.
Now he's a full-fledged director in Hollywood. And so he brought the movie Moonlight Mile to the big screen in 2002, which is loosely based on his experience. It's a movie where Jake Gyllenhaal plays a young guy and he loses his
He's
fiancé.
like a newlywed. Or is it fiancé or newlywed? Did they get married?
Fiancé.
Oh, wow.
And he grieves with her parents and they, try to get through it together.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he's forced to live with Dustin Hoffman, which is
Yeah.
a sentence unto itself.
You want to know another movie that Brad Silberling directed?
No,
What?
let's hear it.
Casper.
Shut up.
With
Yes.
Christina Ricci?
Yep.
Nice.
Wow.
And Devon Sawa.
Yeah, the Sawa.
Is he the kid at the end?
Yes.
Shut up.
You didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
Oh,
He's
come
Casper, right?
Well,
on.
yes. Yeah.
Casper turns into Devon Sawa.
Yeah.
Wow.
Kyle's mind is blown.
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't take much.
No, not at all.
In fact, that might be one of our next TikTok videos. Kyle reacts in real time to learning that Casper is Devon Sawa.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Wait for it.
Oh my god. I'm actually really shocked right now.
Yeah.
I like it though. I saw it at the Braintree Movie Theater in Braintree, Massachusetts.
Check out the brain tree on Kyle.
Hey.
So we've heard from Brad Silberling and we've heard from Rebecca Schaeffer's dad with the great name Benson Schaeffer.
Great name.
The mom stayed silent
Smart.
all these years.
Yeah.
She never spoke publicly about her daughter's death until a few years ago when she debuted a one-woman show. And we have a clip.
1989 begins beautifully. Rebecca's now 21, and she is a working actor in Hollywood. She co-starred on a sitcom for
Why is
2
someone
years called
laughing
My
at
Sister
that?
Sam.
It was,
This at
from my point of
IO
view, a
West.
way of keeping Rebecca alive in some way.
Mrs. Schaeffer, I have terrible news. This morning, Rebecca was shot and killed.
That's so weird. That's her one-woman show.
It's how you deal.
Okay, all right, I guess I won't judge it.
Kyle,
too
your
much.
face right
Well,
now.
Kyle's
Kind
going
of
to.
grossed out by it.
Yeah, it's weird. Like,
Yeah.
what is that? Yeah, what is that studio? It's like fucking.
It ain't the Celebrity Center, I'll tell you that.
No, that's where people go to. That's where careers get made.
I did kill.
Yeah,
when I
well,
did a stand-up set
yeah,
at the
you
Celebrity
did very
Center.
well there. You told us a couple times.
Well, I don't kill that many times.
Not as much as what's his name? Our
John Bardo.
John Bardo.
That is such a cold
Low
joke
blow, yeah.
to make.
All right, it's a geener they call it.
It's more tasteful than a one-woman show.
About the death of your daughter.
Yeah, what the fuck is going on?
That's weird.
Did she have any experience performing?
It's funny you mentioned that. I have a quote
Was there
right
a
here.
rehearsal for that?
Here's a quote from Dana Schaefer. I'm new to acting.
Oh, she was piggybacking,
And
dude.
it's a fun
Shit
thing.
list.
It's a fun thing.
Wow,
I'll
Kyle's
tell you what.
Ruthless.
Dana studied the same Meisner acting technique that Rebecca had as a 16-year-old model
Oh my god.
Yikes.
living in New York.
Wow.
So
the-
she's, trying to channel
Yeah.
Rebecca in some way and get something
Yeah,
going.
she's trying to channel her bank account.
Kyle's got.
No, the mom,
My
Kyle's got no fucks
sorry,
to give.
if Dana's not on the podcast shit list, she's on mine.
Kyle, she's lost her fucking daughter.
Yeah, and she's trying to gain a career.
She's allowed to do a one-woman show about her daughter's brutal
She's giving
murder.
it a shot.
No me gusta.
Wow.
Look, like Brittany Murphy's mom, it's impossible
She went into hiding.
to find her now.
Yeah.
You can't get any update on her.
Good.
Thank you, Rebecca Schaeffer's mom, for giving us a fucking update.
I'm somewhere in between you two. Kyle's just like, fuck this.
Am I right, though? I
am-
love when you can get an update on someone.
Yeah.
Update.
Yeah, because she didn't speak about her daughter's death ever.
But they're
And then
grieving.
suddenly she goes wild with a one-woman show. It's great.
She's living out loud, Kyle.
I think people who had
What should she do, Kyle? Tell me.
grieve like a normal person.
You must hate one-woman shows. That's your thing.
Yeah,
But why?
because she's not a man.
Oh,
kidding.
and there's not more than one person. And it's a show.
I don't think we'll get to the bottom of why Kyle is so viscerally against her.
I have a real stance on this.
Do you think her daughter's trying to live off of her, or she's trying to live off her daughter's
Yes, of course.
fame? Okay,
Yeah.
you earnestly think that?
Yes.
Bullshit.
But
Why
what's the
would
next
she
move,
wait
though?
30 years to do it?
Yeah, she's like 65 years old.
Yeah, maybe. It's
She's
not
older
bad,
than
I
that.
think.
She's in her 70s.
Yeah, she's a little long in the tooth to start a career.
Get over it. Oh my
Jesus
God.
Christ.
It's
All
off,
right, maybe
off.
I'll soften up on it.
It's off Broadway.
Yeah.
It's not even a thing.
But now I'm starting to disrespect you for
Yeah,
not
it's
sticking.
on Skid Row.
You're not sticking your guns now.
I don't know. I just don't like it. I don't like it.
Okay.
All right.
Meanwhile, he loves Angus.
Yeah.
Angus is fucking great.
And like pop punk from like
Papa Roach?
2003. Yeah, Papa Roach.
Yeah.
Cut my life into pieces.
Meanwhile, the moment that Fred Durst does a one-man show, Kyle's going to be front row.
Oh,
Jerking off.
Yeah, he's gonna be jizzing on the fucking stage.
Yeah. You thought this was a black box theater? It's white now. Because I came everywhere.
Ooh, I came all over.
Ooh, you got a nice stage there.
I came and I came.
I came, I saw, I conquered, I came again.
Ooh. Yeah, you son of a... Evil Ed, get out of here.
We are off the rails.
We are.
We really are off the rails because it's time for final thoughts, and I don't even know what the hell
I don't even know.
Well,
our final thoughts are.
You have final thoughts about different celebrity stalkers.
I think that'll be good for the post-mortem.
Perfect.
We could give a teaser, though.
So there were a number of celebrities who have had terrifying stalkers. Gwyneth Paltrow, Dante Soyu sent Gwyneth more than 500 messages, sex toys, and pornography between 1999 and 2000.
That's just nice.
Yeah. I mean, he was just getting as much as he could because Y2K was happening. We thought the world was ending, so he's going to get her all her sex toys.
Yeah, get it in before it's too late.
Get it in before we get it out.
And then we get it up.
He was convicted and sent away to a mental institution.
Aw.
Bye-bye.
Was that in the U.S. or was that somewhere else?
Yeah, that was here.
Oh, okay.
Miley Cyrus had one, Sandra Bullock,
We could go on and on about some of these. There's
Yeah.
a lot of stalking cases.
Jodie Foster.
Yeah, this could go on for a long time.
Jodie Foster, obviously John Hinckley Jr.
John just got let out and he's
He did- I
doing
know.
rock band now.
But how much do we want to get into this right now? We could save this for a future postmortem.
Oh, we'll save it for the follow-up.
Save
Yeah.
it for the follow-up.
John Hinckley has a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
What?
And he tried to assassinate Reagan to impress
Jodie
Jodie
Foster.
Foster.
And now he has a monetized YouTube channel.
He's making more money than us.
If you're down on yourself,
Yeah.
just know that if John Hinckley can get a YouTube channel after trying to kill a president,
We're getting strikes for fucking nonsense.
you can buy a box of cereal tomorrow.
Well, my final thought is, Rebecca's case is very interesting, and it did lead to
Legislative change.
Another thing that was interesting to me is most people are like, who's that? Or she never really took off. She was in My Sister Sam and whatnot. But in that movie, scenes from the class struggle in Beverly Hills, that gives you a glimpse into what her career was going to be.
She had the right director, right script. She would have been a superstar.
Yeah, just really had a look, had the right tone for the movie.
Yeah.
That she could be a comedic actress, and maybe she would have gotten the part in Godfather 3.
And she
it
could've
probably
saved
would
it.
have been a lot better than
Maybe
Sofia Coppola.
Yeah, she was terrible.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Rebecca Schaeffer.
Yes.
Bardo's still alive, huh?
He is. He was stabbed in the 2000s. He was attacked in jail, but survived.
Whoops.
Dang.
You heard the recent quote from him?
Yeah, when he looked like a handsome man.
Yeah, Kyle's gunning for him when he gets out. Kyle's going to send him some fucking letters.
This is a big before and after. I think people would agree with me. Send your thoughts. Leave them in the comments. We're putting them on Instagram.
We'll put him on Instagram, yeah.
And you too. We haven't said much about that. The song inspired him to do it.
Yeah. I mean,
That's such a weird.
Most U2 music makes me want to kill myself, not someone else.
I love you too.
Or
You're
crash
right.
a BMW in Ireland.
Yeah. No, that was the songs of Soweto. Soweto. The songs of Soweto.
So maybe if Bardo listened to Sounds of Soweto, he would have just crashed his BMW.
And killed two people.
Yeah, he would have crashed the Greyhound bus.
Yeah. On the wrong side of the road.
Why can't these wackos just listen to Whitney Houston's I Want to Dance with Somebody?
Yeah, and go to sleep in a tub.
Crack is whack.
No, be inspired to dance with somebody.
Oh, true.
I thought you were getting at the Saddam Hussein thing because he loved that song and he loves Whitney Houston.
Oh, no, I wasn't
inspired to send Scud missiles into Kuwait and start a war in 1989. Whoa, full circle.
And Samantha Smith, had she lived, she would have been right there writing letters to Saddam Hussein.
She would have been hitting the nuclear button from the Soviet side. Are you kidding me?
Got no love for.
She was going to get married
She's
to
a traitor.
Andropov.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Went to Uday and Kusek.
Kyle, you're adding Samantha Smith and Rebecca Schaeffer's
Kyle
mom
is
to
off
the
the
shit list?
rails, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Saddam Hussein's on the shit list?
Oh, yeah.
And Uday and Kusek?
Yeah. No, they're not.
Oh, really? Okay. They're all dead.
I hope Pam Dauber is okay in your book.
Oh, she's great.
All right.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
To next week.
Till next week, guys, please do not go dying on us. We are on Instagram. We are on
YouTube. We are on TikTok.
We are very much on TikTok.
And we're getting banned on TikTok.
Yeah. We got the glow up on TikTok.
Yes, we got a glow up.
We're getting our revenge body on TikTok.
Check us out on all these fucking platforms.
Yeah. Send us an email, deathandentertainment@gmail.com. And until then,
arrivederci.
You have just heard
A true Hollywood murder mystery.
I have never seen anything like this before.
The movies, Broadway, music, television, all of it.
A place that manufactures nightmares.
Okay, everybody, that's a wrap.
Good night. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon.